Today you started talking about the idea of similarity, and tomorrow you're going to talk more about similar figures. In particular, we're going to talk about how similar figures have corresponding sides and corresponding angles. So to be ready for tomorrow, go ahead and get out your packet, make sure it's open to page 4 so you can complete our notes and be ready for tomorrow. So in the last problem you worked with images, also known as scale drawings, that were similar to the original. Those scale drawings were larger than the original figure. However, in the problem we do tomorrow, you're going to work with scale drawings that are smaller than the original. You will also learn more about what it means for figures to be similar. When you study similar figures, you often compare their sides and angles. To compare the parts correctly, mathematicians use the terms corresponding sides and corresponding angles. In every pair of similar figures, each side of one figure has a corresponding side in the other. Also, each angle has a corresponding angle. You might find it helpful to color code this as we go through and look for some examples of corresponding angles and corresponding sides. For example, with corresponding sides, we could talk about angle A right here, corresponding with angle D right here. So I'm going to say angle A and angle D. Another set of corresponding angles, I could talk about angle B and angle E. You'll notice I'm just naming these angles by their vertex, and we'll talk more about naming on a different day. I can also talk about angle F and angle C. And then we have corresponding sides. So I could pull out this side right here, BA or AB, and note that it's similar to side ED. So I'm going to say side BA and side ED. I'm also going to notice this side here, the longest side of each triangle, kind of looks like what we call the hypotenuse. That would be side BC and side EF. And hopefully you can see the last set of corresponding sides there also, side AC and side DF. Recall that there are two ways to identify angles. You can identify an angle with 3 letters. The angles in the small triangle on your paper have the following names: angle BAC or angle CAB. With a triangle, it's possible to name it in either direction. And so just kind of be aware I could name it going one direction here, such as CAB, or I could go back the other direction, and that would still be the same name for that angle. I could also have angle BCA or ACB, and angle ABC or angle CBA if I went the other direction. Notice that the letter identifying the vertex of an angle is always the middle letter in its name. For example, point A is the vertex of angle BAC. It's right in the middle. You can also name an angle by its vertex. It's important to use this method only when it's clear which angle you're referring to. And triangles are pretty clear that way. So angle BAC could also be called angle A because A is its vertex. Angle BCA can be called angle C. And angle ABC can also be called angle B. So the next part we'd like you to do is to take a moment and try to name the corresponding angles and corresponding sides in these similar rectangles. The corresponding angles you should have seen were angle A and angle J, angle B and angle I, angle C and angle L, and angle D and angle K. Then naming the corresponding sides, you have side AB and side JI, we have side BC and IL, two more left, DC or CD and LK, And lastly, JK and AD. All right, that's it for corresponding sides and corresponding angles. Now you're ready to go for tomorrow.